All right. So one other guy. So Black Boot Official, super dope, right? And then there's one other guy I wanted you guys to see is another guy that does a lot of political stuff, but he's an MMA guy, and his name is Luke Thomas. And he was actually featured, I think, in a Jordan Klepper video recently, and Jordan Klepper interviewed him about MMA becoming super right wing and conservative, and how MAGA kind of invaded the whole UFC thing. And I really like Luke Thomas. I think that he's a really smart guy, and I also, being a person that grew up watching boxing and MMA and participating in combat sports, I like to see guys like this, because it is a very lonely world, to be a left-wing person that enjoys, combat sports and stuff like that, because it has become insanely conservative. So I wanted you guys to check out this video. It's from Luke Thomas. Luke Thomas Gets Political, and he actually covers quite a few different things in this video. It's not a super long video, and then we'll watch our funny video, and then we're probably going to call it a night. But I want you guys to check him out. Luke Thomas Gets Political. And this video is Why Trump's Movement is Collapsing. Luke Thomas Gets Political. It's dark humor. Okay, I will definitely look at it if it's dark humor, Tia. Well, thank you, V Media. I appreciate that. We want to make a difference. We want to make a difference. That's the point. For Trump, the cruelty is the point. For me, and I believe for the majority of the people that follow me, it's making a difference for everybody in this country, and hopefully making things better and creating positive change. That is the point. So as long as we're making efforts in that area, I'm pretty happy. I'm not here to make money. I don't make any money really off of this stuff, but the little bit I do, I really do appreciate all the people that super chat and that join and give me subscriber money through memberships. I appreciate all you guys, because it does make it easier. But at the end of the day, the goal is to create a world that my children can grow up in and feel safe and feel appreciated, and by proxy, or as a side effect, everybody else gets the benefit as well. Like, society being better as a whole is good for everybody. You having a good life makes my life better. And I think that's really important. And I hope that that's what we accomplish.
Tuesday's results seem like the beginning of the end for the MAGA era. Assuming things are free and fair in 26 and beyond, can't outrun reality. Their record is fucking abysmal. Like, who looks at what they've done the last 9 months and thinks like this is making anything better? You're murdering people that we don't even know who the fuck they are. And in certain cases, we do know, because the ones who survived have been fishermen from Trinidad and Tobago in the fucking Caribbean using... These are just extrajudicial killings, just flat out. And part of it is they're just trying to bait Venezuela into a fucking war so we can
take their oil. He's about to say it. So we can take their oil. Oh my God, is that not the truth, though? Is that not the truth, that we are literally trying to get Venezuela to fight with us so that way we can take their oil? We need a oil.
Take their oil. Like, you're doing all of this. Meanwhile, you're sending ice-masked thugs to tear communities apart. And dude, if I'm telling you, if you know anybody who knows Latinos, they know people who are being affected and families ripped apart. I got a text last night.
What was it? We did that video on Mick Foley, the wrestler from WWE, the Mankind. I think his other names is Cactus Jack and Dude Love. Hall of Fame WWE wrestler. Obviously, I believe he said he got inducted into the Hall of Fame same year as Trump and met him that year. And he tried to make this video to appeal to Donald Trump to stop deporting people. And he was saying that he knows another wrestler that went home to find out that his mother-in-law had been deported. Like, this is why this is so insane, is because he's literally destroying his own base while he's doing this. This is how little Donald Trump cares. He does not give a shit about you. He doesn't care if he hurts you. And as long as he gets what he wants out of this, that's all that matters.
That from one of my good friends who also lives in the city. His kid's best friend's dad
Jesus is a good
got
guy.
Picked up, and he was all involved in their school and blah, blah, blah. Not a criminal, no criminal record whatsoever. and we're tearing communities apart. So now think about those kids' lives. Who's going to pay for them to go to college? Are they going to be able to are they going to be able to like invest in their future here? Are they going to have to go somewhere else here? They've been here their whole lives. I think the kids are American citizens. The point I'm trying to make is I've made this point to you about like why it's immoral to do what they're doing. You can make a choice on immigration. You have a choice to make. You can either live in a dilapidated, fucked up, ruinous ethno state, or you can live in a place of economic prosperity, but you don't get to do anything else. These are the choices. Either you recognize that these people are, again, there's many other reasons beyond the economic contribution about why you want them here. Yep. But just on that level alone, it is mathematically fucking impossible in the future to pay for government programs, necessary third rail ones, without them. And when you start ripping them out of communities, you're ripping out buyers, you're ripping out people who would, in a place that leads to this book by Zeke Hernandez, The Truth About Immigration. And one of the most important contributions that they make, including for generational levels, is the amount of investment that they procure. He talks about there were German settlers in the early 1800s or early 19th century in parts of Pennsylvania. In fact, you might even seen like there's like, some German speaking, I think Amish up there as well. But there were German immigrants, and they had settled in these places in Germany. And if you actually look at it, what's one of the places that German companies from Germany invest in terms of jobs that they have here or other products that they sell to the American population? They run heavily through those same communities that settled there. It's the same thing when South Koreans come. Where do you think that South Korean businesses end up channeling the money that they invest? It's to places that they have these localized, Americanized communities.
Yeah, and that's like one of those things that when people talk about anything to do with immigration, they generally have a really basic bitch understanding of what immigration is and how it improves their lifestyle, right? Like anytime that you get into a discussion with somebody, they're going to almost always say, you guys just want open borders. And there's nobody that I know personally that wants completely open borders. That doesn't make sense. I know people that say there's no such thing as an illegal person. I know people that say that they think that immigration should be more open, but no one that's ever been like, no, we're not going to put anybody on the border. We're just going to let whoever wants to come into the country. Obviously, that doesn't make sense. The real argument to be made is that immigration and our system is broken, and that many people come into our country and are taken advantage of by corporations, taken advantage of by farmers, and even the systems that we have, like H-1B and what is the other one? G-1A? I can't remember what the other one is. Maybe it's just H-1A. Even those systems are really poorly created, and they're taken advantage of by corporations to hold people hostage in pretty much indentured slave positions. So when we talk about wanting immigration to be better, what we want to do is we want to create a pretty clear and precise path for people that are coming from these other countries to find their way into this country and be a productive part of this country. So like I said, one of my employees just recently went to Japan, and she was talking about how she wants to live there and how she didn't want to come back. And she said one of the things that she'd have to do is she'd have to take classes to learn Japanese, because you cannot immigrate. It's actually really hard to immigrate to Japan. And she was talking about how she wouldn't be able to get a job, and she wouldn't be able to move there unless she was going there for educational purposes, and she'd have to learn language. And she's a very left-leaning individual, just like me. And I said, here's one of those places where I think people misunderstand how you're supposed to talk about immigration. And that is, the right would say, you don't care that these people come in here speaking that language, and they don't even want to learn English. I understand the necessity of people learning the language where they live, because it helps with integration, it helps with social situations, it helps with economic situations, as it opens up job opportunities. The problem is that you have a person that's coming from a whole nother country, perhaps running from trafficking, running from abuse, running from, potentially just like really horrible economic situations or climate situations. And then when they get here, they have to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week because they're being taken advantage of by, farm owners or by corporations, and they don't have the time or the money to start learning a second language, right? Or third language, because some of these people already have 2 languages. So what we need to do is we need to have systems in place for people when they show up at the border, and then we need to create social systems that help them find jobs, that help them learn the language, that help them find housing. And yes, I know all of those things I just said, just like a Republican will lose their fucking shit. What about Americans? Americans first. Yeah, the Americans also should have those things. Yes. We pay taxes. And those taxes should be used in a manner that is appropriate to the best possible happiness for the citizenry. So when we talk about waste, fraud, and corruption, when you talk about Doge, I said this when we were talking about it originally. If they weren't full of shit, I would 100% support going through our government and looking to see if there is waste, fraud, and corruption that can be excised from the government. The problem is that we know that the people that were claiming that they're looking for waste, fraud, and corruption were not looking for waste, fraud, and corruption. They were just willy-nilly fucking destroying shit. They were walking through doing what every entrepreneur calls move fast and break stuff. Because they believe if they do those things, then they can just move on with a whole new system, which they think will be better. But they don't know. What we actually need is more transparency with our government, where our money goes. We need to know what my tax dollars are paying for. And to be honest with you, we should probably have some say as to which programs get our money. So if you're conservative and you don't believe in immigrants getting money, then possibly you can put it towards something else. But more importantly than anything else is that society does not run off of fear, anger, and hatred. Society, progressive society, societies that get better, run off of hope and efficiency. And that is what we really need to be doing, is we need to be getting these people into our country using the means that we have created, that these billionaires are fucking hoarding. And we need to take that and we need to help these people become better, more productive parts of society so they love living here, they like being part of it, and they don't want to lose it. Because you don't punish bad behaviors out of people. You reward them out of them. You do not convince somebody that has nothing to lose, that what they're doing is wrong by punishing them, by taking away something that they don't have. You have to get them to a point where they have things that they could lose, that they don't want to lose, and reward them for all the good things that they do. That's how you get good immigration.
You rip all that shit out, what the fuck do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, we should all
economic
learn multiple languages.
Problems that go down the line are
speaking of
extraordinary.
Mexico, what's
less
happening?
Money in the tax base, less money on the consumer side, less money on the investment side. This makes things shitty. It makes things work badly. They're here because of predominantly labor shortages.
Yep.
I have been saying this whole fucking time. This debate over immigration is absolutely divorced from the fucking facts.
Yep.
Because once you actually look at what the facts are, the proven facts, and then you look at the debate, you're like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Well, they commit crimes more than natives. No, the fuck.
No, they don't. 45% more. And the only place that we have information for that is from Texas. Texas is the one place that still studies whether or not immigrants cause more crime than American citizens do. And American citizens commit crimes at twice the rate because it just makes fucking sense. Because once again, if you have something that you don't want to lose, i.e. an immigrant being in a country that isn't their own country and being able to live here and being able to support their family, whether or not they're sending money back to their country or not, that's something that they don't want to lose. So they are better citizens because they don't want to commit crimes because they don't want to potentially be removed from the country. That just fucking makes sense.
They don't. Not even illegal immigrants. All of them commit at rates less than American citizens. All of them. And you're tearing out parts of these community fabric. You're tearing out parts of the economic engine. You're tearing out parts of the community roots. So he's doing all of that.
Yeah. Would you like me to say the word, AJ? You mean socialism? What is the name of this idea that I am using? Yeah, socialism, right? I mean, it's socialistic politics is what already exists. Republicans love socialism. They just don't know that. They literally, I told you the guys the other day, I saw that meme of that old white man in a MAGA hat that he had posted on his Twitter account, where he was like, "Why are we paying for foreign wars? We should have free health care." And I was like, we're about to touch tips. You're about to become a MAGA Republican socialist. Oh, like, they don't know. They literally fucking, it's so weird. It really is. It's such a fucking mind-bending reality to live in. We should take care of Americans first. Yeah, I don't have any problem with that. Like, we should definitely do that. And then, if you want to like have like some type of priority scale, like homeless people, veterans, Americans, whatever, we can do all that. We have the means as the wealthiest country in the world to take care of Americans and also helping the rest of the world, because helping the rest of the world helps Americans. USAID. When we have the next global fucking pandemic, it's going to be our fault. It's going to be our fault. Because we have cut off all of our business partners. If this isn't happening right now because the rest of the world is actually just turning away from us and leaving us by ourselves. If we were to impoverish the rest of the globe and yet we stayed wealthy, when a pandemic hit that we weren't ready for, that we don't have global cooperation for, we would fucking die, and it would be our fault. Yes, it's socialism.
Then you got these tariffs, which are causing localized depressions in places like Nebraska and Iowa, to say nothing of now the war on renewable resources, which is doubling Iowa's problem. By the way, ginning up emergencies to send troops into places like my city and Chicago and LA, and God only knows what else is going to happen. By faking emergencies to claim tariff powers, he had to fake emergency powers for that. Supreme Court looks like it's going to put an end to that fucking bullshit. Groceries are...
Do you guys like Luke? I like Luke. I really like Luke. And this is what I'm saying. People oftentimes come through this channel. They see me. They think I'm MAGA. I've had literal comments on my videos that say things like, "Yo, dude, like, sorry, but, like, I never listened to your content before because I thought you were MAGA." Like, give people a chance, man. Like, Luke is an MMA dude, and I know that MMA has become this, like, conservative, like, talking point. Like, being a MMA guy means that you're a thug, a bonehead, you're a conservative, you're MAGA, because Dana White is MAGA. Not everybody is. So, if you guys like Luke, make sure to go
cheaper. Electricity is skyrocketing. Why? What is the record of fucking achievement here? They've done a terrible job. Dude, all this fucking guy had to do was take office. Inflation wasn't great.
2.4.
Certainly. But it was slowly moderating down.
Actually, I disagree with him there. 2.4. The goal for the Fed is 2%. 2% is generally where we want to be on core inflation, right? Where he would be correct about that is that in CPI, so consumer price index, right? When we talk about energy, when we talk about rent, and if you're talking about core CPI, that's generally minus rent and housing and energy. So I'm talking about just straight up CPI, which has housing, energy, grocery prices, all of those things. Though they were down from peak levels during COVID, those were still elevated. CPI, which is the indicator for how tough life is for average everyday people, was still bad, but inflation, core inflation overall, was actually at 2.4% and declining. If Trump would have continued to do what Biden had been doing during that time, let Jerome Powell do whatever he was doing during that time, I would imagine that by now we would have achieved the 2% goal, and instead we're back to 3%. So there you go.
All he had to do was go golfing and let shit settle to get a little bit better each time, make incremental gains. And dude, they would govern for the rest of my natural lifetime. But no, That's not what.
Yeah, mountain bike fan. When you say that AI causing electricity rates to go up, that's the data centers thing. So I want to watch this movie. I think it's called Eddington, and apparently it was created either during COVID or after COVID, and it's a movie kind of about how different types of people dealt with COVID, and it's actually like a drama. It's a real movie. It's not a documentary. And one of the parts in the movie that they cover, one of the biggest parts of the movie, is the rise of data centers in these small towns. So if you live in a small town right now and there's enough open land and you can get behind closed doors with the council and bribe them, these big places like Amazon and Meta and Elon's company, SpaceX, all of these people are putting up these huge fucking data centers that are making people's lives so much worse. This is like when mines were opened in communities and polluted the drinking water through like hydraulic mining and stuff like that. Now you have the same thing going on with data centers, and you have these data centers that are super fucking loud, and people are living around them, and they feel like, they feel sick because it's constantly, they hear this humming sound, and important to like everybody else that isn't living in these communities, these data centers are massive uses of electricity and water, and that's driving our utility bills up. So yeah, 100% mountain bike. I'm sure it's a good video. I'll check it out.
They did. He put Stephen fucking Miller in charge, who wants an.
I swear to God, some of these states you should have a visa to go and visit. They're just crazy down there. Like Mississippi, like you need a passport to go to Mississippi, Tia.
That's not what they would govern for the rest of my natural lifetime. But no, that's not what they did. He put Stephen fucking Miller in charge, who wants an ethno state and is willing to ruin the country to get there, to say nothing of illegally tearing out government agencies, which, by the way, then end up being the exact same cost of what we're giving to Argentina, even if they have to pay it back, which who even fucking knows if they will.
Yeah, he's talking about USAID. The entire budget for USAID for 1 year is like $35 to $40 billion. And of course, we gave $20 billion to Argentina through the Monetary Stabilization Fund, which hasn't been touched in like 30 years. And then another $20 billion of private investment, which is being propped up by collateral that American citizens will have to pay back. So in other words, if Argentina defaults on the $20 billion loan, which they will because they always do, this is a tale as old as time. Argentina will always default. They do not have the infrastructure. They were rich once, and that was due to a series of elements that just happened to be at that time really, really fucking providential for them. But they're going to default on those loans, and the taxpayer will pay back that $20 billion to these banks that propped up this loan. So that's $40 billion going to Argentina alone, when USAID, its total budget for the year would have been $40 billion.
All of that, destroying the Department of Education, making medical debt go back on your credit report,
why do we need these data centers? Mountain bike, don't get me started. If you want to ever see me make videos on the AI bubble, oh my God, I can talk for hours about the fact that OpenAI is the new Enron. That OpenAI is propping up its numbers through buying chips from NVIDIA using servers through, CoreWeave or whatever it is. But there's 4 or 5 companies, Microsoft, NVIDIA, OpenAI, and I want to say CoreWeave. That might be the wrong name though. That are all circle jerking each other and creating this AI bubble, just like Enron was doing, where they don't make any money, right? So the reason they need data centers right now is because OpenAI does not make any money. They are forcing their product out to people, and it's literally helping people to unalive themselves, because they need to force that product on people. So that way they can generate revenue. So that way they can show some type of money coming in. So that way people will continue to invest. That's why the AI bubble is so fucking sketchy right now. Like the stock market could literally fall off a cliff tomorrow. It's an insane place to be right now. And even with that all being said, Jensen Huang of NVIDIA actually came out like I think a day or two ago and said we're going to lose the AI race to China, no matter what. Like, China is actually just like sitting on its hands and just fucking with us at this point, because that's what all this is about. It's all about the AI race. It's all about being number one, just like the space race was, in technology and industry and jobs and the economy. And apparently even Jensen Huang at this point believes that China is going to just dunk on us.
People have to go back to spending on outrageous forms of student debt. Like, what the fuck? Why would you win an election? This is why they wanted to gerrymander. You can't win on this shit. Ask yourself, are your bills cheaper? Mine are not.
No.
Is your electricity cheaper? Mine
No.
is not.
By a long
Does
shot.
your community seem more tight-knit with Gestapo thugs ripping people off the fucking streets? I can assure you mine does not. Did you vote for wars in Nigeria or Venezuela? I can tell you I did not. What is the record of achievement here? Oh, I guess they're the 9 trans athletes in the NCAA can't go into the other locker room. Congratulations. Great. What an achievement. Wow. Amazing. Our cup runneth fucking over. Way to have your eye on the ball. They can't govern. You know it. I don't even have to say it. You fucking know it. They can't govern. They're bad at it. And that is why they are setting up their own demise. And by the way, not just because this experiment will have failed, but now the Groypers are on their way up on the right-hand side of things. That's another fight.
Dude, the fact that everybody knows what a Groyper is now. Oh my God. We are in the dumbest timeline. Oh God, we are so cooked. The meme lords are taking over. Like I said, guys, the fucking next Republican primary is going to be Marjorie Taylor Greene versus J.D. Vance. And, okay, so how many years? What is, Nick Fuentes is 27? So 8 years. 8 years. Oh, my God. Okay, so Nick Fuentes will run for president in 2032. I got to be gone by then. I got to get out of this country by then. Can you imagine MTG versus Vance versus Nick Fuentes? Oh my God, guys.
That's going to happen down the line. And by the way, have you seen how insane the right is being to Indian immigrants?
Yep.
I mean, one of the most successful immigrant groups that have done nothing as an aggregate force, I should say, but essentially improve America's lot and are key contributors to the American experience in countless ways. And they're just getting racially abused. What the fuck do you think the long-term consequence is of that? Yikes. Did you see how much Latinos swung from one direction to the other? What would be the record you would win on? You can't win with that. You can only win if you can gerrymander, and they're going to fuck that one up too. Prop 50 passes, and with the way that things are set, with the redistricting in Texas only works if you've got the Trump margins from 24 to do it, not the ones that exist now. You're going to end up fucking up the whole thing. They can't win. It's a failed fucking experiment.
Oh, my buddy. Fuck. I forgot Tucker. Tucker's old enough. Oh, my God, dude. Donald Trump has opened up a shit show of epic proportions. Holy Christ. All the weirdo podcasters are going to run for president, aren't they? Oh, fuck me, dude. All the crazy fucking podcasters are going to run for office. Oh my God, and people are so dumb they're going to vote for them. They're going to be like, I like this guy's show. Oh no. Oh no. Our only hope is to vote for our podcasters. Oh no. Oh no, guys. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Oh, that's bad. That's so bad.
They can only win if they don't have...
We're cyberpunk like it was at release. You mean broken as fuck, Skelts?
free and fair elections. And I know it, and all of you know it. You know it. It has been a dramatic 9 months of outrageous failure.
Yep. Fucking
And the
spot on.
elections, people could say, oh, yeah, Virginia's reliably Dem. It wasn't in all my lifetime. But the fucking margins that they won with Latinos, with men. Dude, Mamdani for men, 18 to 29, plus 40.
That's crazy.
Spanberger, who I don't even like that much, plus 15.
Yep.
They can't win.
Crazy. Did I put Luke's channel in the... I did not. So let me put Luke's channel in the chat. I'm your podcaster. I don't want to be president of this country. I don't want to be the president of this country. I want to be the president of a different country. I'm gonna move somewhere else and I'm gonna move, like, can I be the president of Ireland? Actually, they got a cool president now, so I'm cool with that. Actually, I like her. So, like, if you guys like Luke, for sure, go check out his stuff. I love Luke. I think he's dope. Thank God that we have voices like this on the left now. The left was just starving for any type of alternative media. And, that's obviously why TYT got as big as it did. But now we've got Kyle Kalinske. We got Luke Beasley. We got Mike from the Humanist Report. We got Sam Cedar. We got Luke Thomas. We got so many good people on the left making alternative media content, and it's a really good feeling. So show some love to Luke, please. You drop a comment on his video, tell him that I sent you, and thanks for watching that with me, guys. That was a good video. Very, very good. I don't know if I would fix America. I don't know about that. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, and check out that video on the screen now.